Let's face it, when most people think of building muscle, they picture a shiny gym filled with dumbbells, machines, and endless racks of barbells. They imagine clanging weights, mirrors everywhere, and people flexing after their sets. And if you don't have access to that environment, you might think, oh, I guess I can't really build muscle without a gym. But here's the reality check. Some of the strongest, leanest, most athletic bodies on the planet were built without stepping foot in a commercial gym. Think about it. Elite gymnasts, martial artists, military athletes, and calisthenics pros. What do they all have in common? They mastered bodyweight training. That's right. Using nothing but their own body, gravity, and consistency, they built physiques that most people envy. Wide shoulders, carved abs, explosive legs, insane balance, and a level of strength that translates into real-world performance. So let me ask you this. Do you really need a gym, or do you just need the right knowledge and mindset? Because in this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint. 5 of the most powerful, insanely effective bodyweight exercises that can completely transform your physique, no matter where you are. We're talking about zero equipment, full body movements that torch fat, build lean muscle, and enhance your performance. And here's the kicker. These are the same types of movements top-level athletes and fighters use every single day. Why? Because they build real functional muscle. Muscle that looks good and performs even better. By the end of this video, you're not just going to have a workout, you're going to have a training system. No equipment routine that hits every part of your body, your upper body. Your core, your legs, your glutes, even your cardiovascular system. And all of this requires nothing but your own body weight and a little space on the floor. So if you've ever felt stuck because you don't have access to a gym, or if you've told yourself the excuse that I can build muscle at home, stick with me. I'm going to show you how wrong that mindset is. And I'll warn you now, the final exercise is the one people hate the most. But it might just be the single best movement you'll ever do for building muscle and burning fat at the same time. So grab some water, clear a little space, and let's dive in. Exercise 1. Plank. The core crusher, approximately equals 1,000 words. When people hear the word plank, they usually picture someone lying on their elbows for a few seconds and calling it a day. But don't be fooled. The plank is one of the most brutally effective core exercises ever created. It looks simple. Hold your body straight, balance on your forearms and toes. That's it, right? But anyone who's held a plank for more than 30 seconds knows it is far from easy. It's a total core strength builder, and it goes way beyond your abs. Muscles worked in a plank: rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscles, transverse abdominis, deep inner core, your natural weightlifting belt, obliques, side abs that give you that V-cut look, glutes, yes, your butt should be tight here, shoulders, isometric stability, chest supporting your upper body, lower back keeping your spine upright. The plank is like the foundation of a house. If your foundation is weak, the entire structure crumbles. But if your core is strong, every other movement, push-ups, squats, deadlifts, even running becomes safer, stronger, and more efficient. Why planks are essential? Improve posture and spinal alignment, protect the lower back from injury, build deep muscle endurance, improve body awareness and balance, translate into nearly every sport and activity. If you think planks are just for aesthetics, think again. Strong plank builds the kind of core that can resist injury, hold proper form under heavy load, and keep you stable during athletic movement. How to do it properly. Elbows, under shoulders, back flat, hips level, no sagging or arching, feet together or slightly apart, engage your glutes. Squeeze your abs, breathe deeply. Never hold your breath, start with 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. If you can't hit 30 seconds, that's fine. Hold for as long as you can with good form. Common mistakes: sagging hips. This dumps pressure into your lower back. Fix it by engaging your glutes, but too high. This makes the plank easier, but defeats the purpose. Keep hips level. Looking forward strains the neck. Keep your head neutral, gaze slightly down. Plank progressions: side planks. Torch your obliques, plank to push-up. Add dynamic movement, plank. Shoulder taps: improve coordination, weighted plank. Load it with a backpack for extra resistance. If you want abs that aren't just for show, but actually function like armor, planks are your foundation. Exercise 2. Squats, the lower body king. If there's one exercise that deserves the crown in the world of bodyweight training, it's the squat. Why? Because squats are the foundation of lower body strength, power, and athleticism. Whether you're a beginner training in your bedroom or an elite athlete preparing for competition, squats will always be a part of your routine. The reason is simple. Squats are a compound movement, meaning they don't just train one muscle. They work multiple muscle groups at the same time. And when you train big muscle groups together, you get bigger results, both in strength and aesthetics. Muscles worked in squats. When you perform a proper squat, you're engaging almost your entire lower half and parts of your core. Here's the breakdown. Quadriceps, the front of your thighs. These are the prime movers in squatting, gluteus maximus and medius, the muscles of your butt. They're responsible for hip extension and stabilization. Hamstrings, the back of your thighs, which balance out your quads and control your descent. They stabilize your ankle and give you drive through the floor. Core stabilizers, your ABS and lower back, engage to keep your spine safe and upright. Think about it this way. With one movement, you're hitting almost half the muscles in your entire body. That's why squats are often called the king of exercises. Why squats are essential? So what makes squats so powerful? Break it down. Build real strength. Squats mimic natural human movement patterns. Sitting, standing, jumping, sprinting. They all depend on squatting ability. Increase muscle mass. Training your legs, which house your largest muscles, stimulates growth hormone and testosterone release. That means squats don't just build your legs, they promote overall muscle growth. Burn calories fast, because they work so many muscles. Squats torch calories and elevate your metabolism long after your workout ends. Boost athleticism. Explosive power, balance, and agility all improve when you squat consistently. Improve mobility and joint health. Done properly, squats train your hips, knees, and ankles through their natural range of motion, keeping them strong and healthy. That's a whole lot of benefits from just one exercise. How to do a perfect bodyweight squat now. Let's talk technique. Because squats done wrong, they're not just ineffective, they're dangerous. Your step-by-step breakdown. Stance. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned outward. Chest up. Keep your chest tall and your shoulders pulled back. Engage your core. Imagine bracing as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. Hinge and sit back. Push your hips backward first, then bend your knees to lower your body. Depth, aim to bring your thighs at least parallel to the ground. Deeper if your mobility allows. Knees tracking, make sure your knees follow the line of your toes. No collapsing inward. Drive up. Push through your heels. Extend your hips and knees, and return to standing. Common squat mistakes and how to fix them. Heels lifting off the ground gives keep weight in your heels, not your toes. The knees collapsing inward gives focus on driving your knees outward. Imagine spreading the floor with your feet. Leaning too far forward gives keep your chest up and strengthen your core. Not going deep enough gives aim for at least parallel. If mobility is limiting you, work on hip and ankle flexibility. Rushing reps gives control the descent, don't just drop down. Slow and controlled equals muscle growth. How many reps and sets? If you're starting out, aim for 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps with body weight. Rest for 30 to 60 seconds between sets. If that feels easy, don't worry. We've got progressions. Squat progressions, beginner to advanced. One of the reasons squats are so amazing is that they scale with your ability. Beginner. Basic bodyweight squats, wall squats to help form. Box squats, sit back onto a chair or a bench. Intermediate jump squats, adding explosive power. Pause squats, holding at the bottom for 2 to 3 seconds. Bulgarian split squats, rear foot elevated. Single leg strength, advanced. Pistol squats, single leg squats. The ultimate test of balance and strength. Shrimp squats, tempo squats, slowing down the lowering phase for time under tension. Each of these keeps the challenge alive as your body adapts. Now, why squats work without weights here? It's a question I get all the time. Dante, I need weights to make squats effective. The answer? Bodyweight squats, when performed with control and intensity, can be brutally effective. Think about adding volume, higher reps, tempo slowing down, or explosiveness, jump squats. Each of these tweaks can make bodyweight squats just as challenging as weighted versions. Remember, your body doesn't care if resistance comes from iron plates or gravity. Resistance is resistance. Sample squat workout. Here's a quick squat-focused finisher you can try right now. 20 bodyweight squats. It's 15 jump squats, 10 Bulgarian split squats, each leg 30-second wall sit, rest 1 minute, repeat for 3 rounds. This circuit will light up your quads, glutes, and lungs, guaranteed. The mental side of squats, let's not forget. Squats also test your mental toughness. That burn in your legs, that voice in your head saying stop. That's where progress begins. Every time you push through that discomfort, you not just training your body, you retraining your mind to stay disciplined under pressure. That's why athletes and fighters rely on squats. Because if you can push yourself through a brutal squat set, you're building the resilience you need for everything else in life. Exercise 3. Lunges. Unilateral power. If squats are the king of lower body training, then lunges are the silent assassin. They may not look as glamorous, but they pack a serious punch when it comes to strength, balance, and real-world athletic performance. The beauty of lunges lies in one simple fact. They train your body one leg at a time. This makes them a unilateral exercise, and that's incredibly important, because life in sports don't happen with both legs planted on the ground. You walk, you run, you sprint, you climb stairs, all one leg at a time. Lunges prepare you for that. Muscles worked in lunges when you perform a lunge. Here's what's firing: quadriceps, front of the thighs, controlling the bend and push. Glutes, driving you back up and stabilizing your hips. Hamstrings, helping balance and stabilize the knee. Hip flexors, stretching and strengthening at the same time. Calves, stabilizing the ankle and providing push-off. Core, keeping your torso upright and balanced. So, a lunge isn't just a leg exercise, it's a full-body coordination drill. Why lunges matter? Lunges do more than just build muscle. They solve weaknesses and imbalances you didn't even know you had. Fix muscle imbalances. Most of us have one leg stronger than the other. Lunges expose and correct that. Build real-life strength. Walking, running, climbing, changing direction. Lunges mimic these natural patterns. Improve balance and stability. Because one leg works at a time, your body has to stabilize itself. That's huge for athleticism. Enhance mobility. Lunges open up your hip flexors, which get tight from sitting too much. Protect your joints. They strengthen stabilizers around your knees and hips, lowering injury risk. That's why athletes, fighters, and military professionals use lunges constantly. They're not just about muscle, they're about movement. How to do a proper forward lunge: stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Step forward with one leg, far enough so your front shin stays vertical. Lower your hips until both knees are at 90 degrees. Keep your torso upright, chest tall, and core tight. Push through your front heel to return to standing. Do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps per leg to start. Common lunge mistakes: knee shooting past toes gives take a longer step forward. Torso leaning forward gives keep your chest up, core engaged. Back knees slamming the ground gives lower with control, don't crash. Feet too close together gives keep them hip-width apart for balance. Correct these and your lunges will feel stronger and safer. Lunge variations to keep challenging yourself. One of the best things about lunges is the variety. You can keep progressing without ever touching a weight. Reverse lunges. Step backward instead of forward. Easier on the knees, still builds strength. Walking lunges. Take lunges across the room or field. Great for endurance and hip mobility. Jump lunges. Add explosive power and cardio conditioning. Lunge holds. Pause at the bottom for 20 to 30 seconds. Brutal for strength endurance. Side lunges. Train lateral strength and mobility, hitting inner thighs. These variations keep your body adapting, which means continued progress. Lunges as a mental test. Let's be honest. Lunges burn. The quads light up, the glutes ache, and your balance gets tested with every step. That's why so many people avoid them. But that's exactly why they're so effective. Lunges build not just muscle, but mental toughness. Every rep forces you to stay focused, stay balanced, and push through discomfort. And that discipline? It's It carries over to everything else, in the gym, in sports, and in life. Exercise 4. Glute bridges, posterior power. When people think about strength training, they often focus on abs, arms, and maybe legs. But they forget about one of the most powerful muscle groups in the human body, the glutes. Your glutes aren't just about aesthetics. Sure, a strong and sculpted backside looks great, but more importantly, your glutes are your body's engine room. They stabilize your hips, protect your lower back, and drive explosive movements like sprinting, jumping, squatting, and even just standing tall with good posture. And one of the simplest yet most effective ways to train them without any equipment, the glute bridge. Muscles worked in glute bridges. When you perform a proper glute bridge, you're hitting gluteus maximus, the main powerhouse muscle of the butt, gluteus medius and minimus, the stabilizers that keep your hips level, hamstrings, working as hip extensors, core, keeping your pelvis aligned and stable, lower back, assisting in stabilization. That's your entire posterior chain, the back side of your body, which most people neglect. Why glute bridges are a game changer. Activate the glutes. Sitting all day shuts your glutes down. Bridges wake them back up. Prove hip extension, critical for running, jumping, and overall athleticism. Protect the lower back, strong glutes, reduce strain on your lumbar spine, reduce knee and hip injuries. Stable hips mean less stress on joints below, build explosiveness. Every powerful movement starts from the hips. If you're not training your glutes, you're leaving massive strength and performance gains on the table. How to perform a glute bridge correctly: lie flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Place your arms by your sides, palms facing down. Drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes, and lift your hips toward the ceiling. At the top, your body should form a straight line from shoulders to knees. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds, then lower slowly with control. Start with 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Common mistakes and fixes. Pushing with your toes gives focus on driving through your heels. Overarching the back gives engage your core. Don't let your spine hyperextend. Not squeezing at the top gives the magic is in the contraction. Hold and squeeze. Feet too far away gives your shins should be vertical at the top position. Progressions and variations. One of the best things about glute bridges is how easily you can level them up. Exercise 5. Burpees, the explosive finisher. If there's one exercise that has a reputation for being both feared and loved, it's the burpee. Just the mention of the word can make people groan. And for good reason. Burpees are tough. They challenge your strength, endurance, coordination, and mental grit all at once. But here's the thing. Burpees are also one of the most complete full-body exercises you can do without equipment. They're explosive, they're efficient, and they deliver results fast. If you only had 5 minutes and wanted to torch calories, build stamina, and push your limits, burpees would be your best bet. Why burpees are so powerful. When you drop into a burpee, you're working multiple systems at the same time. Strength. Your chest, shoulders, arms, quads, glutes, and core all fire together. Cardio. Heart rate spikes almost instantly, pushing your cardiovascular system hard. Explosiveness. The jump trains your fast-switch muscle fibers. Endurance. Repetition after repetition builds mental and physical stamina. Coordination. Moving fluidly from standing to plank to jump requires body control. One move, dozens of benefits. That's why burpees are used everywhere, from military boot camps to professional athlete training. How to perform a perfect burpee: start standing tall, feet shoulder-width apart. Drop into a squat, place your hands on the ground, kick your feet back into a plank position. Perform a push-up, optional for added strength. Snap your feet back under you. Explosively jump into the air, reaching overhead. That's 1 rep. Now repeat. And watch how quickly your body starts demanding oxygen. It's common mistakes and fixes. Skipping form for speed gives quality first, then speed. Don't let sloppy push-ups ruin your shoulders. Not engaging the core gives keep your abs tight to protect your lower back. Half jumping gives commit to that jump. It's where the explosiveness comes from. Burning out too fast gives pace yourself. It's a marathon of sprints, not a reckless dash. And there you have it. 5 powerful bodyweight exercises that can completely transform your body and your mindset. We started with the plank, the silent core crusher that builds stability from the inside out. We moved into squats, the king of lower body strength, teaching us that real power comes from the foundation, the legs. Then we hit lunges, the ultimate unilateral movement that builds balance, coordination, and symmetry. We didn't forget the often neglected backside with glute bridges, a deceptively simple move that fires up the glutes and protects your lower back. And finally, we finished with the beast, burpees, the explosive, all-in. Leave nothing behind, exercise that pushes your strength, stamina, and grit to the edge. Each of these movements is simple on the surface. No fancy machines, no expensive memberships, no excuses. Yet when you put them together, they create something powerful. A training system that works anywhere, anytime, for anyone. The bigger picture. Why bodyweight training works. What's incredible about bodyweight training is its accessibility. You don't need to spend hours commuting to the gym or waiting for a machine. You don't even need equipment. All you need is your body, a small space, and the willingness to push yourself. This isn't just about building muscle or losing fat. It's about building confidence, discipline, and resilience. When you realize that your own body is the gym, you take back control. No more excuses, no barriers, just you and your determination. And here's the truth. Consistency beats intensity. Doing these 5 exercises regularly, even for 20 to 30 minutes a day, can completely change how you feel and look in a matter of weeks. The mindset shift. The biggest transformation isn't physical, it's mental. Every plank teaches patience. Every squat teaches perseverance. Every lunge teaches balance. Every glute bridge teaches awareness. And every burpee teaches grit. When you train your body, you're really training your mind. You're learning to show up, to face discomfort, to push past the moment you want to quit. That's the mindset that carries over into every other part of life. Work, relationships, challenges, dreams. Think about it. If you can push through 50 burpees when your lungs are on fire, what else can you push through in life? How to put this into action? You might be wondering, okay, I know the exercises, but how do I use them? Here's a simple structure to get you started. Beginner routine, 3 days, week plank. 3 sets of 20 to 30 second squats. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Lunges to 3 sets of 8 reps per leg. Glute bridges, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Burpees, -3 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Intermediate routine for days, week. Plank 2, 3 sets of 45 to 60 second squats. 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps lunges. 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per leg. Glute bridges, 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Burpees, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Advanced routine, 5 to 6 days, week. Plank variations, side planks, etc. Squats, jump squats, pistol squats, lunges, walking lunges, jump lunges, burpees, 50 to 104 time. This isn't just a workout, it's a lifestyle. Start where you are and progress gradually. The key is consistency over perfection, recovery, nutrition, and rest. Don't forget, progress doesn't just happen during the workout, it happens during rest. Fuel your body with whole foods, drink enough water, and prioritize sleep. Recovery is what allows your muscles to rebuild stronger and your mind to stay sharp. A strong body isn't just built in training, it's built in the choices you make. 24/7, final motivation and call to action. Now, here's the truth. None of this works unless you do. So watching this video, listening to these words, that's the first step. But transformation only happens when you take action. So here's my challenge to you. Start today. Drop down and hold a plank. Knock out a set of squats. Do 1 set of burpees. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a full workout. Just start. Because starting is the hardest part. Every rep is a vote for the person you're becoming. And every drop of sweat is proof that you're investing in yourself. So if you're ready to take control of your body, your fitness, and your mindset, hit that like button. Share this with a friend who needs motivation, and subscribe for more powerful workouts and training tips. Your future self is waiting. Don't let them down. Now get up and let's move.